Hello guys, welcome to a new video. In this video, we are going to see Impex in SAP Hybris. So I have prepared a note, which I will provide the link of this note in the description of this video. So let's get started. What is Impex? Impex is a text-based data import-export format used to manage and exchange the data between SAP Commerce system and the external system. It's allow user to easily load, update, and export data such as product, customer, and other through the simple script. So through this definition, you have got an idea what is Impex. So basically, Impex is a tool through which you can load the data to the SAP Commerce system and export the data from the SAP Commerce system, and which you can use further in the external system. So there are basic syntax of the Impex, like means we will means what are the commands, header, row, escape character, common operations, modes, macros. So this all we are going to see. um, what I will do, I will take a use case of the Impex, how to create an Impex and how to export the data through the Impex. So let me give you one example. We have a customer record. So you can take an example of any table. So I am taking here the example of the customer table. So like in customer records, so how this customer records we can include in the customer table. So like there are a couple of ways. Like one way is you can register the customer from the website, and the data will be getting inserted to the customer table, or else you can create it from the back office from this plus icon. And there are a couple of ways, and one of the way is through the Impex. So through the Impex, if you create an Impex script, and if you give the customer record, you can give n number of records, and if you import that through HAC, this all the records will be getting inserted successfully. And so I will taking the same use case. This you can used in any of the tables. Like I am taking the example of customer. You can same thing you can do for orders, products, and any other table. So let's see. So before creating the Impex, let me explain the what are the basic syntax of Impex. So first is comment. So in order means to comment out any line in the Impex, you will be using hatch. So before any of the sentence or any of the script which you have written, any of the line which you have written, if you use the hatch, so that line will be getting commented out. And second thing is the header. So the header are the first line often contain the types of data you want to import or export. Okay, so here if you see, this is one of the sample Impex which I have created. So this is the header basically. Means so as I mentioned, I will be taking the example of the customer table. So I have prepared a notes accordingly. So you can see I have created the customer. Means here you have to give first the customer table name, and then the attributes which you want to populate in the customer table. So we will be seeing further more about it when we are going to write the this Impex. So let's move further. So like only thing is that this is the header, and next is the data row. So data row are nothing but follow the header which row or data use with the semicolon as a delimiter. Okay, so basically these are the data row. Means where you will be using your value which you are going to insert in the table in the SAP Commerce system. So that are the data row, and another is the escape character. So this are basically, this escape means backslash you can use to enter any escape character. Like here the special character escape character is semicolon. Okay, so suppose if you want to insert any of the data which contain a semicolon, so you have to use that this backspace to backspace, then you use the semicolon. So that is special character you can insert in your data. um, so another thing is the common operations. So there are various common operations like importing data, exporting data, and updating data. So this all we will be seeing further. I have created the example of each and every use case of import and export. So we will be seeing further more on that. So let's see what are the import impacts, then we will proceeding ahead with the export impacts. So before proceeding ahead with the import impacts, we need to know first the mode of the impacts. So there are various mode like insert mode, insert update mode, and remove mode. Okay, so I have created the example of each and everything. So one by one we will be going through that. So let's take example of insert impacts. So purpose of insert impacts is to add the new record to the database. So insert, when you use the insert mode, it will only add the new record to the database. If some existing data is there, it will throw the error. Okay, I will be showing that even. So even any new record you want to insert, you can use the insert mode. So let's take this example and let's see. So I will copy this impex and always try to create, you can create a impex file through your any of the id. So I will suggest to use the IntelliJ. You can create it into notepad or notepad plus plus, whichever you like. And like I will be suggesting using the IntelliJ because through IntelliJ, if you create an Impex file, so you will be getting the flexibility. Like if any error is there in the Impex, you can means correct that syntax error. So I am using the OOTB setup. So if your it is a custom setup, then you can use your initial data where you can create your Impex file. So I am using the Spartacus sample data and resource Spartacus sample data import, and common I will create test impex. So right click on new and select impex file and give your impex file name, test customer. Okay, so this is the default impex which got generated through your id. You can remove this and let me copy the insert part. Okay, now let's see what we have done in this Impex. So first thing is the macros. So basically, if you see what are macros, so macros are nothing but it is a predefined value or the placeholder that allow you to define reuse the value or the command in the Impex script. So like means the while creating your impacts, there will be some values which you will be using recurrently. Okay, so for that, like here I have used the macros for customer group language. So these two things are means I will be reusing in every data which I am getting inserted. Okay, so each time writing this customer group, or if it is a long test, you can use the macros. So that is the use of the macros, means you can, if you're creating a macros, you can reuse the same data, only you have to give the macros name here. So same thing I have done here. So same thing I did for the language. So these are the macros. And next thing is that so first thing you have to, while writing the impacts, first thing you have to mention the mode of the impacts. So so it is the insert mode. So first mention your mode, insert mode, then second thing, you have to mention the table name. So what is the table name, accordingly you will mention. So this table name you have created, if you see in the means item.xml, so same table name means table code which is mentioned, so that you have to pick it up. Or else means if you don't want to go through from the code, suppose you want to create the customer table and you don't know the table name, so you can verify it from the back office as well. So if you go to the back office and if you open any of the customer record and go to the administration tab, and here you can pick up the type. So same type is nothing but your table code which has been used for. So same thing you have to copy here. So after giving the table code, then you have to mention one of the unique attribute. So in the customer table, unique attribute is the uid. If you see, uid is the unique equal to true. So any unique id you can take, but you have to mention at least one unique id to import your data through Impex. So here the unique id is uid. So I have used that qualifier. So you have to mention the same qualifier, or else you can same thing you can pick it from the back office as well. If you see here in general, id is basically the uid. If you hover on the id, yeah, so here you can see uid. So whichever attribute is getting, if you hover on the attribute, so it will show you the exact name. So that name you have to use in the Impex. So let's go back to our Impex. So that you have to mention, and then your you have to mention that thing unique equal to true, and this should be in the bracket. So this array bracket you have to use. Okay, so after mentioning this, then second things means what all things you want to populate, that all attribute you have to mention in the header. So first thing is that you have to create the header. So you have created the table name, then the unique attribute, then all other attribute which you want to populate in the customer table. So like second attribute I have mentioned here, group name, customer id, display name, title, password, and logging disable. So any further attribute if you want to insert, you can mention it after giving a semicolon. So it gets separated by the semicolon. So here if you see the group, means if you go back to back office and see what is group there. So like this is the group. So this is the group is not a primitive data type. So if it is a non-primitive data type, means like a group is basically consist of the means this can be a customer group is a type of, if you see, user group. Okay, so which belongs to another table. So for that you have to mention, means if you go back to the Impex, you have to mention the unique attribute through which you can insert your group. Okay, so this you will be doing whenever, means if you are using the non-primitive data types, like means if it has the reference table, or means the qualifier belongs to another table, that time you have to mention the unique attribute in the brackets. Okay, so like for the group I did, so in order, suppose if you're taking the example of order, in the order the consignment table is there. So in order there is an attribute of the consignment. So like means whenever you're inserting the consignment attribute in the order through the Impex, so same way you have to create, means you have to give the consignment attribute name and then the consignment id, that unique code you have to mention, and that unique code you will be using in the data row. Okay, so same thing I did for the group. And then second thing is name. So name is simply its data type is string. you can see. So it is a primitive data type, so you can directly declare it. Okay. And if it is a unique attribute, you can mention similarly, like in array bracket unique equal to true, you can mention, or else you can leave it empty. Okay. And then here it is a customer id also, it's a type of a string. And then it is a display name. So if you see in display name, means I am using this qualifier, like language, and I am using my macro here, this language macro. Okay. So here language is en. Okay. So means en means basically this display name. If you open this item types, so display name is a localized type. So for localized type, you have to mention the language. Okay. So the like a lang you have to mention, and you have to use which language display name you are entering. Okay. So I am entering for English, so I am using the en. So same attribute I have used over here. So I have not populated the display name in the row. So let me give the display name as well. So test user one. So this display name can be used, means this display name will be getting populated in the localized language en. Okay. And then second thing is the title. So here also in the bracket I have used the code. Why? If you see in the back office, like title will also a non-primitive data type, means if you go to administration type, administration tab, and search for type title, so you can see it is and suppose if I choose ms, so it is a type of, means it's consist of another table of type table title. So that is also non-primitive data type. So you for this also you have to declare the unique attribute inside the bracket. So here the unique attribute is the code, so this also you can identify from the back office. Okay. So there are a couple of ways to identify that. So one of the easiest way through the back office or through the code also I will show you. So here title you can see, and if you open here, so you can select any unique attribute. So this asterisk symbol is symbolized as unique attribute. So if you hover on this token name is code, so you will be not copying this token, because this is the display name basically. So if you hover on it, so qualifier name will be shown, so that is code that you have to mention in the Impex. So so this title mr I have used because that similar code you have to use. Okay. And then and this thing you can also verify from the back office, same thing through the code. Same thing what we did from the back office. If you see the title item type. Okay. So if you open the item type of this title, so here you can see in title it consists the attribute code. Okay. And this name. So as code is unique attribute, if unique is true, I have picked up the same qualifier. Okay. So same thing I have mentioned here. So code. Okay. And that you have to use which code you are using. So this mr is already consist in the table. So that title you have to mention here. And second thing is the password. So for password, this you need to use this brackets. So password, if you see the password attribute, so its type is a string. Okay. So you can directly insert the data, means populate the data. And last thing is the disable, login disable. If you see the login disable, its type is boolean. Okay, so for the boolean attribute, you can directly mention true or false here. Okay, like I am using, means if you see here, I am using the default value. Okay, suppose if you're not using this default value, so you can mention it as true or false. Okay, like that you can mention. So this will also work, but why I have used here the default value. So I know, means like for each entry, suppose if I am creating that 100 user, for all the 100 user I want to populate the login disable attribute as false. So each time I don't need to mention false, false, false every time. So if you mention here the default in the this array bracket, then mention default qualifier equal to false. This operations, if you give like its value, it will be true or false, whatever you can mention. As it is a boolean, it can be true or false. Okay, so same thing will be applied to the every data in the row. So like if I mention true, you can see all the means this two data which I have populated. So this will be inserted as true. Okay, so like if I mention false, so all the data will be remain as false. And this will be the default value only will be picked if you are keeping this field as empty. Okay, suppose if you have two more rows. Okay, and like for one of the entries I need it's true, for all other entries I need it as false. So you can directly mention it as true. Okay, and all other entries will remain as false because default value is false. So it means means if you keep the field as empty, it will pick up the default value. Okay, so that is the use of default. So this is the use of the impex insert impex. Okay, so let's execute this impex in HSC. So in order to execute the impex, you need to go to HSC. So log into HSC, go to console, impex import, and then paste your script and then validate. If no error is there, it will display as import script is valid. Okay, then you can click on import continue. Yeah, import finished successfully, and you can verify it in from your back office. So we have imported two records with that name test. So you can see both the record got entered. So like we have populated the group as well, you can see both the group has been entered here. Okay, so same value means which means these two values. And you can see here one thing I forget to mention, like in the group I have used two group. One is customer group and another one is customer group, and another one is this April UK CX user group. So if you want to insert the multiple record for the one qualifier, so you have to use the this comma. You can use the comma separated. Okay, so first record is the customer group and another record is the April UK customer group. So same way you can create the another records. Okay, so let's move forward. So next thing is the insert update Impex. So what is the purpose of insert update Impex? Basically it combines the functionality of both insert and update if the record exists, and it's updated it, if not it create a new one. Okay, so before moving to the insert update, let me explain you the update Impex, then I will move ahead with the insert update. So here is the update Impex. So let me copy this and go back to the code base. So update is basically used to perform, this update mode is used to perform if there any existing record is there, you want to modify that existing record. Okay, so for that we have to use the update Impex. Okay, like here means I am taking example of this test user 2 @YoursTanmay.com. This record I will update. So what attribute I am updating? Groups I will update. Okay, so I want like means I know means like this test user 2 has the group as a customer group and April UK CX user group. So I want another group, electronics UK CX group I want to insert. Okay, so like if you go to back office and open this users, so you can see two groups are there and another group I want to insert through the Impex. Okay, so this Impex you can create like first thing, you knows about the macros. Okay, so you can directly use the macros, and if you don't want to use the macros, you can leave it. Okay, then this the header you have to create. It is the same header what we have created. So first thing is that update, then give the table name, then you have to mention the unique attribute. So you always remember every time, even any operation, any modes you are performing, okay, any operation you perform, you have to use this unique attribute. Okay, any unique qualifier you can use. Okay, so uid is unique in the customer table, I have used the uid, and then which attributes you want to update, that attribute you have to mention. So I have used the group. Okay, and here you can see I have used the group as mode equal to append. So why I have used the mode equal to append? So what basically happen if I don't use this mode equal to append? No, so what will happen, like means you have seen in the record, two records are already there, I want to insert the new record. Okay, so yeah, if I don't use that mode equal to append in the Impex, so this what it will do, it will remove this two group. Okay, this customer group and the April UK CX user group, and then it will be inserting only the electronics UK user group. And if I misuse like mode equal to append, so it will, what it will do, it will keep this both the group like customer group and the April UK user group, and it will append the new group. Okay, so in this way you will, if you use the mode equal to append, you will be not lose the previous record. Okay, so that is the use of this operation mode equal to append. So any operation you perform, you will be mentioned in the curly braces, and if it is a function, means like you have to mention in the brackets. Okay, so which attribute I am using, same here, same like here what we update earlier. Okay, so let me show you importing it in the both the ways, using mode equal to append and without using mode equal to append. Okay, so copy this, go to HSC, and like here first what I will do, I will remove mode equal to append. Okay, now validate it and import it. So it got imported successfully, and if you go to back office and refresh the data, so you can see customer group and April UK CX user group has been removed, and only electronics UK CX group has been inserted. So as we have not used the mode equal to append, so that's why it removed the previous data and inserted the new one, updated one. Okay, So if you use the mode equal to append, so let me import it back, that so now I will not import the electronics records. First, let me revert back the data. If I go to back office, okay, so previously I used the mode equal to append, so that's why it got insert. So let me remove and save. So this was the initial data, customer group and April UK. Now if I use the mode equal to append, so I have used the mode equal to append and I want to insert this electronics UK CX user group to the existing data. So validate it and import. So you can come back to back office and you can see the new mode has been appended without removing the older groups. Okay, so that is the use of mode equal to append. And same way means you can update any other existing data, means any other qualifier you can update in the table through this update mode. Okay, so let's see now the insert update. Okay, so let me copy this. So basically from the mode name you have understood like what is the use of insert update. So insert update is basically used means if suppose it will perform both the things means simultaneously, like it will perform insert as well as update. So how it's performed, like means suppose if any existing data is there, then it will perform the update. Okay, and if that data is not there, then it will perform insert. So mostly you will be using insert update for operation only, means but some of the times you can use the means separately like insert and update. Okay, so that is the benefit of insert update, you can do both at a time. Okay, like if you take if you see my example, this two record test user 3, test user 4 is the new record which I am going to create. Okay, but this test user 2 is already present in my table, right? We have checked it in the back office. Okay, so let me show you, means suppose if I do again the insert of this operation, what will happen. So it will throw the error. Okay, like means let me copy this and let me remove this too. I will import this new record afterward. So like this record is already there and I will only perform the insert operation. So you, if you see now, it will throw the error with it show the error, what the error, cannot insert item exist. Okay, so that's why I mean, and if you use the insert update here, okay, means if I perform here same thing, means two new records are there and this test means existing record is also there. So I'm using the insert update, and if I now validate and if I import, it will import successfully. Okay, and if I want to update anything in the existing value, that also I can do. So that is the use of insert update mode. Okay, so let's move forward. So another one is, okay, before moving forward, let's see that records are inserted or not. So you can see this two new records is inserted and existing record got updated. Okay, so now let's move forward with the remove Impex. So purpose of remove Impex is to delete the record from your database. So let me copy this And if you see here, only thing is the header. First you have to create your header. Okay, I have not used the macros here because macro is not needed. Okay, if it needed that, then you can create. And like, first you will mention the mode as remove, and then the table name is always the common. Okay, means every time, means after mentioning the mode, then you have to mention the table name. Okay, then the unique attribute, so for the customer table, unique attributes is the UID. Same I think I have used, and the UID for which record I have to remove, that test user one I will remove. So only thing you will mention that only one qualifier, one unique qualifier will be enough to remove the record. Okay, so let's execute this. Before that, let me show you in the back office. Test user one is there, and if I execute this remove Impex, and now check in the back office, so you can see test user one is been removed now. Okay, so that is the use of remove Impex. So these are the four operation which you can perform in the import Impex. Okay, so now let's move forward with the export Impex. Okay, so like, means I will take example of export Impex. Okay, so like I have a customer record. Okay, so like, this customer records are there, means total, let's say 185 records are around, it is there. So suppose I want to export this all the customer record, okay, via Impex. Okay, so how I can do that, means I can do it from back office. We can do similar thing from back office through this tab, and same thing you can do from the Impex also. So in order to export that Impex, what you have to do, you have to go to Hybris, HSC, and then console, then Impex export. Earlier we have selected the Impex import, now you have to select the Impex export, and you have to create your export script. Okay, so first, we will be checking export the data via Impex without using the specific conditions. Okay, means I want to export all the record from a particular table. So for this, you have need to have a basic idea of how to write the flexible search query. Okay, so this is the things which I have created. So okay, before pasting it here, means in order to check the syntax error, so you can prepare it into the IntelliJ. Yeah, so what I have did, so first thing you have to create, set the target file. Okay, so target file here, I have created the target file as, you have to give the your target file name. So I have given the name as customer dot, then the type of that file, that is CSV. Okay, and then mode, you can mention true. Okay, so this is the basic syntax you have to write. So use the same syntax, okay, every time. And like, you can change the name from here. Suppose if it is the order record you want to export, you will mention the your desired name, means like order record or anything as which you want. And then second thing is like a same thing how we did in the import, same header we have to create. Okay, means in header you have to mention insert update. Okay, then the table name, that is customer record I want to export. Then you have to mention the unique identifier. Okay, so here I have used, you can use the UID as well. Also, PK is also a unique. Okay, so I have used the PK, but you might be having a question why I have not used the PK in the import script. Okay, so like PK is only get create once the data get inserted in the DB. So that PK is assigned by the DB. Okay, so that's why during the time of import Impex, when we are creating a new Impex, so that time we are not using the PK. Okay, So and suppose if it is a existing record, that time you can use, but suppose when you are performing the insert operation, so you can't use the pk because you don't know what will be the pk, and that is a unique identifier. Okay, so that's why that time I am using the uid, and here you can mention the pk. Okay, whenever you are exporting, then what all things you need, that qualifier you have to mention by comma this yeah, semicolon separated. So I need the uid, name, customer id, and the creation time. Okay, so and then after that you will be writing your query. Okay, so here that's why I told you need to have a basic idea of how to write the flexible search query. So this is the basic syntax of writing means first you will mention the function like impex dot export item flexible search, and in the braces you can write your query. Okay, inside the double inverted the comma. So this is the query. So I have used select pk uid name, customer id, creation time from the customer. Okay, whatever attribute I have used here, same qualifier I have used from the customer table. Okay, so once you create the flexible search query, before executing, validate it from the this console flexible search tab. Okay, so execute and see whether you have any error or not, because if you have the error, then export will fail. Okay, so you can see I'm getting the records 185 records, this all the records will be getting exported. Okay, so this query is fine. Now your this script is ready to export. So copy this script, go back to HSC, go to console, Impex export, paste here, validate, and click on export content. Okay, so here you can see export data is ready, so you can directly download it. So you can save it and data is downloaded. Okay, so let's go back to the downloaded data. So go to your download folder, and if you will getting it into the zip format, extract it, and if you see the same name what we have used in Impex, like if you see in during the time of here customer we have mentioned, so same name by same name it got created, and the script also it has created. So if you open this, so see same script which we have created, it has mentioned here. Okay, so this is not needed. So we need this, we are interested in customer.csv. Okay, this csv file which we want. So if you see, if you open this, you can see the records. Okay, so like pk is there, it created in the mpex format, you can export this data as well. Okay, I mean sorry, import the data as well, so which you can use in any other environment. Okay, so that is the use of export Impex. Okay, so you can see 185 records has been exported. So now let's see the another example. Okay, so I will take another example with the specific condition. Okay, so same thing we have to do, means let me first copy this script, go to IDE, and if you see here everything is same, only in the query I have mentioned the criteria. Okay, so what is my criteria? I want to export only the data which contain the at last, and in the uid it contain only at the rate YoursTanmay.com. okay, this domain if it contain, then only you I want that records only. So it's basically whatever records we have inserted till now. So basically test user 1 2 3 4, and I think one record we have removed, so four record will be getting exported, because this four records only have the YoursTanmay domain. If you go back to the back office and check, so this three records are there. So one we have removed, 2 3 4, this will be getting exported, I think. So so that criteria I have mentioned in the query. Okay, same thing till here it is same, and then only where clauses, and like I have used the like operator and use this. So you can validate same thing from HSC flexible search query. Okay, go to flexible search, execute it, and you can see this record will be getting exported. Okay, go to export tab, copy the script, paste here, validate content, export script is valid, then click on export. Okay, the download result is ready, click on download, save, and go to your download folder, and you can see this one is our file. Yeah, 2bk, yeah, this one. Open this, you can see the Impex one. So this is the Impex script which we have created, and this contained our data. Let me close the existing previous one, and let me open the new one. So you can see three records which we have created according to our condition, it exported. Okay, so that is the use of export Impex. So before ending this video, I want to give one special shortcut command, means in IntelliJ. So let me show you. Like suppose your Impex is not in formatted file. Okay, so like let me, so this you can see it is not in the formatted file. So what you can use, so in notes also I have mentioned. So in order to format, you can use the IntelliJ shortcut control alt shift L. Okay, so if you use this control alt shift L, so and select whole file and run, so you can see it has auto formatted. Okay, so sometimes it is needed, means when the file is not formatted, so you can use it. So that's all for the Impex in SAP Hybris. Hope you have understood this part. So see you on the next video. Thank you.